How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Last episode, if you have not watched, we are still in Arc 2 of Watanagashi. And what has happened is we have finally confronted the one behind all of this chaos, Mion. Alright, she is at the center of basically every disappearance and every murder so far. And we have yet to know of why. Why exactly are we the left ones alive? I have some theories because I don't exactly remember how shit goes. It's been a very long time, 10 plus years since I've seen the anime. So I only know bits and pieces of my recollection of it. So let me shut up, let me continue, and let's possibly, because I'm not entirely sure if this will be the final episode for Arc 2. So let's go ahead and continue. I put on my shoes, tapped my toes against the floor a few times, then left, and Mion timidly came over. Why is she turning all red at a time like this? That's right. Now it's loud for some reason. It seems like sometimes during the middle of my recordings, the dialogue audio gets weirdly fucked up. I don't know what happens and why, but should be good like around there, hopefully. Alright. Hopefully it's not too loud or too low for any of you. I try my best to fix around and meddle with the audio on both my mic and the in-game as best as possible to make it seem decent. It was such a modest request. It sounds okay on my end. With my permission, her face lit up with glee, like a child being given a toy, and took my arm.
なんだか緊張しちゃわない？例えば急に関節技を決められちゃうんじゃないかななんて思ったりとか。
She's basically asking if we still think of her as a tomboy of sorts and not feminine. Oof.
姉妹揃って同じことを言うんだな。
Huh? You two say the same things?
思わないよ。全然。
That was a little awkward. Back when nothing had gone wrong yet. During those nostalgic days of the bustling commotion at Angel Mort. I counted back and was amazed. It had only been 1 week ago. I had been arm in arm with Shion then too. Linking arms with Mion like this really reminded me that they were twins. How much strength they put into it, the sensation of their arms, their warmth, and the blood flowing. I could feel that their living sensations were all exactly the same.
シオンもケイちゃんのことが好きだったみたい。
そうなんだ。
If this were a regular conversation, I might have jumped back, red in face. Right now, though, no matter what I heard, my mind remained at peace.
ミオンとシオンは仲は良かったんだろう？
I don't know about that.
さあ、どうかな。ケイちゃんは自分の右手と左手は仲がいいと思う？
え？右手と左手？それは仲がいいとか悪いとかそういう言い方で例えるものじゃないな。
そういう関係だから。仲がいいとか悪いとかそういう尺度では測れない関係。
That didn't sound like it meant they got along really well.
例えば利き腕というものがあるように右手と左手には間違いなく優劣の違いがある。もしも鍋つかみが片方しかなかったら迷うことなく利き腕にするでしょ。そういう差はあったんじゃないかと思う。 だからといって左手がなくなったっていいなんて思う人は誰もいないはず。そんなよくわからない関係だね。
多分それは近くにいすぎるから見えなくなっているだけで、きっととても仲のいいことなんだと思う。俺は一人っ子だから、祭りの前日ミオンとシオンが二人してじゃれ合っているのをすごく羨ましいと思った。
ないものねだりじゃないの。双子なんて昔は人をからかったりしてそこそこに面白かったけど、こうして互いがはっきりと異なる個性を持った今ではかえって邪魔なだけ。
Were they cursed? Or were they self-conscious? Their relationship was hard to understand for an outsider. Maybe that wasn't an issue someone like me should intrude on. Just staying silent and nodding gently was the best way to advance the conversation. I fudged up a little bit there, sorry about that. Mion passed through the wide yard and invited me into the big, desolate forest we had seen on the way in. Such a big forest was part of their property, so I couldn't help but feel small.
でかい森だな。
Where the hell is she bringing me?
子供の頃はいい遊び場だったんじゃないのか。
Mion seemed to be silently reminiscing. I couldn't look into her mind, but she was probably thinking back to those fun days when they played as sisters without any antagonism. Every time the wind blew, it caressed the treetops and the leaves, making a swishing, murmuring sound. Mion remained silent for a long time, thinking back on her younger sister, whom she had gotten rid of with her own hands. There was no need for me to get a word in. Just walking like this, arm in arm, was enough. Mion suddenly stopped and turned.
シオンはまだ生きてる。
Oh fuck, wait, what? I gotta get the drink of water. Ugh.
本当か。
Mion took a hard look into my eyes, then nodded quietly. So she couldn't even off her own sister. Interesting.
誰よりもむごたらしい死に方をさせてやろうとずっと考えて閉じ込めておいたけど、
What?
今日までその方法はとうとう思いつかなかった。
Is that where she's bringing me? I don't remember this at all, holy crap. Mion sounded as though she hated Shion, but also deep down she didn't completely detest her. So I took my other hand and wrestled Mion's hair with it. Oh. Mion didn't only save me. She saved Shion as well. Mion may have become a demon and led many people to their deaths, but she fought against it and was able to save 2 people. Sorry, everyone. Still fighting a cold. I'm recording these basically every night, so it's not going to go away magically. As I petted Mion, she narrowed her eyes in an entranced smile and untangled her arm from mine. Then Mion quietly said,
来て。私の罪のすべてを見てほしいから。
Ah, fuck. Are we about to see all those cages or something?
でもそれはケイちゃんにとってこの上なく辛い光景かもしれない。
Ah, even worse than all those torture tools and shit. That's cool. I could sense it. There, I would probably find all the sacrifices up until now. Ah, all the bones and remains. Probably. Looking at them, would mean accepting Rika-chan and Satoko's deaths, as well as accepting that my best friend had done it.
すでに起こり
Yeesh.
終わってしまった事実だけれども
I guess technically, yeah, sure.
ケイちゃんは見ないことを選んでもいい。そうならばここで待っていて。
Alright.
私の手で全て終わらせるから。
Wait, what? If you don't want to, then wait here. I will personally end everything? What does that mean exactly? What? I was taken aback by how ominous that sounded. I remembered what Rena had told me. Mion might not surrender herself to justice, but instead choose to put an end to things herself. Ah, off her own. Okay, got it. Do their all, you know. Oh, shit. I couldn't leave her on her own. Besides, I agreed to her last request. Didn't I? Even if it was hard for me to accept, I'll still do it. Even if I avoided looking, it was something that had already happened.
何を見たって。俺にとっての園崎美音は最高の親友だ。それは変わらない。一生。
The treetops softly swayed in the wind.
あんたもレナもどうしてこんな時ばかりかっこよくなるんだろうね。
Normally, I'd say something rude right back at her, evading the question. But today I didn't. I just answered with a smile. At last, Mion started walking. Into the thick forest, into the deepest part. After following a thin path that looked like an animal trail for a while, we finally came across a steep incline with a tunnel that reminded me of a coal mine or bomb shelter. We were surrounded by shallow hills. It had been created in a spot not visible from the outside. There were many silhouettes of crows in the forest. Oh, sorry. In the trees here and there. Basically the same thing, if you really think about it. Anyway, whatever. The abnormal odor I've been smelling for a while was doubtlessly escaping from inside this place. Well, yeah, all those lovely smelling corpses. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
引き返すなら今だよ。
No, let's continue.
ケイちゃんの中の園崎ミオンがどんな人かは知らないけれど、中に入ればそのミオンはきっと
変わらない。何度だって言う。園崎美音は俺の最高の親友だ。
I clenched my fists. Inside there was probably a sight beyond anything I could imagine. If I let my guard down, I might end up vomiting. Even so, I'll endure it. I'll overcome this pain and this suffering. It will never change. That Mion is my greatest friend.
私はただの鬼だからもう人間の気持ちはわからないけれど、ミオンがあんたを好きになったのよくわかる気がする。
Why is she saying her name like that now?
他人事のように言うな。お前はミオンだ。鬼じゃない。血の通った人間で俺の仲間なんだ。
Mion made a gesture like she was wiping tears from her eyes, then placed a hand on the big door of the tunnel entrance. The lock on it was dauntingly strong-looking. It seemed to demand the appropriate resolution from whoever would enter, just like the ritual storehouse. When the double doors opened, A stifling rotten air from the bunch of winged insects came rushing out. I remembered accidentally killing a hermit crab a long time ago by leaving its tank out on the porch, and how intense the odor it left was. If that was the smell of a corpse, then that's certainly what this smelled like. Inside it was pitch black, but Mion flicked a switch that turned on a light bulb, illuminating the interior. The path turned into a series of intricate wooden tunnels. We passed spaces that looked like they were for storage. We passed places that looked like someone had lived there. All this indicated that it had been used as a bomb shelter and stockpile during the war. It didn't give an impression of a dug-out bomb shelter that had just been left there, though. There was a sense of dignity, as though this were a second Sonozaki house constructed underground. Despite being in pitch darkness below the ground, the voices of the cicadas were entering through an air hole somewhere, giving it a very mysterious feel.
細宮殿の中見たよね。
Oh wow, what the hell? Huh.
あの拷問道具の山を。
Yes.
あれはすべて鬼ヶ淵村の厳しい戒律を守るために作られたものだった。戒律を破った者を見せしめにむごたらしく殺してみせる。
大昔の話だろ。
I think I cut her off somewhere, I don't know why. It's long pauses they do like that, and it always confuses the shit out of me.
本来は見せしめの儀式。渡長氏は御三家が取り仕切る儀式だったんだけど、君吉家と古出家の衰退、そして時代の変化によって行うことはとても難しくなった。
そりゃそうだな。この現代日本で犠牲者をのんびりと沢で殺せるなんて思えない。
だから園崎家は作ったの。現代でも渡流しの儀が行えるように、秘密の場所を。
Mion opened a large, strikingly different door, and inside was none other than a modern storehouse for ritual implements.
いろいろあるでしょ。
It looks exactly the same as the other one, but yeah, sure. It's a little different. Yeah, sure. Sure thing.
一部のものは実際に西宮殿から運び込まれたものなんだよ。
All of the things there had been rusty and covered in dust, so they didn't seem that real. But the things in here were different. Every one of them had been well maintained and kept in a state that they could be used right away. Blades gleamed and spikes were sharpened. Also, perhaps as a precaution for the splatter of blood, the walls and ceilings were covered in a kind of tiling you would see in bathrooms, and there was even a drain set amidst a slight slope in the floor. There was also a coiled rubber hose along the wall attached to a faucet, perhaps for cleaning up the splattered blood.
大昔の当主の書き物によるとね、血のしぶきってのは犠牲者に負担をかけない割にはインパクトがあるんだってさ。綿流しは見せしめの章だったから、私のご先祖様たちは様々な章を考案してたんだよ。
As she said that, Mion pointed deeper into the torture room, to a spot veiled in darkness. There was surprisingly a room floored with tatami mats, and in the corner was a pile of cushions.
鑑賞席なんだよ。
What the fuck, audience? You guys are fucked up more than I thought.
綿流しは見せしめのショーだから。
Yeah, you keep fucking saying that one line repeatedly. Watanagashi was meant as a deterrent.
客がいなきゃ意味がない。
Whatever. I couldn't speak, and I couldn't think of anything to say anyway. Except that if Mion revealing all this to me made her heart feel any lighter, then I was prepared to listen for as long as I needed to.
みんなここで私が殺した。
Okay.
見てくれている観客はいなかったけど、私は綿流しを上手にやってみせた。
What the fuck? Do you want a cookie for that or something? Like, okay, clap? What the fuck? You did it very well, yeah, sure. What the fuck ever.
いや、観客は一人だけいたかな。
One spectator. Okay, who? Do not fucking say Oyashiro-sama.
観客?
Don't do it.
私。
Me? Well, yeah, you're the one conducting it. What?
私という鬼がミオンの執り行う綿流しをずっと見てたから。
Oh, so you're gonna refer to yourself as, like, two entities. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Great. What the fuck ever. Mion cackled in self-deprecation. It wasn't a nice-sounding laugh.
向こうが牢屋。
シオンはそこにいるのか?
She nodded slightly. Mion's Watanagashi had ended today. I needed to tell Shion that I was safe without a moment's delay. After all, she was probably trembling in fear at this very moment, worrying about when she would be killed. I have never seen that fucking word before. I'm gonna try to sound it out as best as I can. The ostentatious door on the other side opened, revealing what must have been an incredibly expansive space based on the echo it made. Mion groped... What the fuck? Mion groped around in the darkness, and a handful of naked light bulbs came on here and there. Okay, a few words there were not necessary for a description, but okay. As my eyes adjusted, more and more of the great cave showed itself in the faint light. The walls were bare rock surface. I feel like there should be an A there. The walls were a bare rock surface. Makes more sense. And it felt so savage that a bomb shelter was the most apt term for it. There were small barred rooms built here and there, like holes made for insects biting their way through a giant piece of fruit. It was immediately clear that each one of them was a prison.
みんなはどこにいるんだ? リカちゃんやサトコは?
Probably in a pile.
死体?
I grimaced at her having said it so outright. Well, just not gonna sugarcoat it anymore. I mean, you already know she killed him. Hello?
そうだ。いつまでも暗い中じゃかわいそうだろ。
The poor things.
虫が湧くと嫌だったから井戸に捨てちゃったよ。
Down the well.
ごめん。
Hold on, what? I didn't want them to get infested with bugs, so I threw them down the well. Wouldn't the bugs just follow the stench? Hello? Whatever. Alright, so basically their bodies are rotting down in a well. Okay. And she said it so plainly. Fuck. Nasty. So I can't even see their faces in death. Once again, my feelings of regret at having confessed everything to Rika-chan came urging forth. If Mion hadn't attached the word sorry to the end of what she said, I might have punched her. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. You said it yourself. No matter what, Mion Sonozaki is your greatest friend.
ああ、言ったさ。
I needed to hear myself say it out loud. Then came the clattering of bars in one of the cells deeper in. When I noticed it, I looked up as well.
シオン、シオンか。
ケイちゃんなの。
I ran over to the cell. White hands were peeking out through the gaps in the bars. It really was her.
大丈夫か、シオン。怪我はしていないのか。
Oh my god. Okay, everything's coming back to me now. The anime. Oh fuck. Shion's face twisted out of shape as she screamed. It was because Mion had appeared right behind me. Of course. Shion didn't know that everything was over yet.
落ち着け、シオン。もう全部終わったんだ。全部。
I spoke in as calm a voice as I could manage to try and soothe the agitated Shion. However, it didn't seem like it was getting through her screams. Unfortunate.
シオン、ご機嫌はいかがだった？もういや。もう誰の死を見るのも嫌。私が憎いなら早く私を殺してよ。憎いのは私なんでしょ。早く殺して
落ち着けってシオン。もう終わったんだよ。大丈夫なんだ。だから落ち着け。
Shion, who was screaming and rattling the iron bars back and forth, was truly in a frantic state. I gave a slight shrug of resignation, giving way to Mion. I had realized that if Mion was the one who locked her in here, and if Mion was the one who had scared Shion this much, then Mion was also the only one who could put an end to this. Mion spoke from over my shoulder, quietly.
安心しなよ。あんたは殺さない。まだまだ殺さないんだから。
Ah, just yet, so we're still gonna die, folks. I fucking knew it. Well, of course I knew it, but, well. She burst out into a bizarre laugh, as if trying to make Shion's madness even worse. Shion broke out into a fierce shiver, brought on by that laugh, and rattled the iron bars as she wailed.
古式にのっとり、獅子の先端から少しずつガリゴリと削ってミンチにしてやる。あの肉引き器はあんたのために取っておいてあるんだからね。それともそれでケイちゃんをミンチにしてみせた方があんたには面白いかな。
おい、いい加減にしろ。今さら怖がらせてどうするんだよ。ダメ、ケイちゃん、逃げて。
I tried to rebuke Mion for flinging terrible words at her this late in the game, but when I turned around, Mion's mouth, so much so that it was hard to believe, had twisted into a shape even thinner than a crescent moon. It was a smile. I could sense it like a jolt of electricity. The person here wasn't my best friend Mion. It wasn't the Mion Sonozaki who had been tossed about by her heavy duty of succeeding the Sonozaki family either. Then, who was she? I saw sparks flying before my eyes, like what happens when you get hit in the back of the head. The strength of my body drained instantly. My head suddenly became heavy. My knees buckled under the temptation and hit the floor. Then my whole body abruptly collapsed. My face should have hit the floor, but it was comfortable, as if I had fallen onto a down-filled futon. That's weirdly put, okay. My consciousness reeled, then receded. It was the kind of sensation like if you took a nap in the car, but you were still half awake, and could listen to your parents talking as if they were far away. No, you wouldn't be listening. You would only be hearing it. It was happening so far away, and the conversation was completely unrelated to you, so you would have no interest in it. So, whether Shion was yelling in my ears or Mion was in vulgar hysterics, I didn't think it annoying, nor did it interest me.
さて、どんな方法で料理してやろうかね。そうだ、釘台なんかどうかな。あのちびがき二人組に試したかったんだけど、手が小さくて高速台にサイズが合わなかったからね。あれにしよう、あれにしよう。
Mion held me up from behind and dragged me across the floor. The soles of my feet scraped on it, and one of my shoes fell off. Shion's emotions exploded outward, and she burst into bitter weeping, as if her crying had... How the fuck you pronounce that? Greeted Mion's interest. She flung me down, and returned to the prison cell again.
あんたも可愛い声で泣けるじゃない。あんたのわざとらしい辛い針には虫唾が走ってたんだけど、やっぱりそういうあんたが一番似合ってるよ。ミオン姉さん、お願いです。私をどういう風に殺しても構いませんから。どうか、ケイちゃんだけは見逃してあげてください。お願いです。
Shion had always acted as though she were a cut above her older sister. That Shion, in such a miserable voice that I couldn't have imagined it during those peaceful times, prostrated herself before the older sister she used to scoff at and pleaded forgiveness. Mion looked down with an expression of cool indifference, one that was plainly smiling with joy.
あんたの希望なんか聞くつもりは全然なかったんだけど、あんたがあまりにも面白い声で泣くものだから、なんだか聞いててやってもいいような気がしてきたかな。思えばあんたには姉らしいこと何にもしてやれなかったからね。はい、はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。じゃあさ、これまでのことを謝ってみせてよ。そうしたら私もこれまでのことをすっかり水に流してあげてもいいかな。そうしたらケイちゃんだけは見逃してあげなくもないよ。
Mion said she might let me go, but she never said anything about letting Shion go. Before long, Shion got on her hands and knees behind the bars and began to speak weak words of apology. They were too faint for me to hear, but their intention got across. Despite having watched her with a magnificently jubilant expression, Mion kicked the bars and declared she was unsatisfied.
そんなので私の積年の恨みつらみが償えると思ってるわけ？こんなんじゃダメだね。やっぱりケイちゃんからひき肉だ。いやー！待って姉様！もう一度だけ。
Mion stopped and waved her hand again in resignation. Not because she had grown impatient, but only because she was taking delight in abusing Shion.
ろくろく満足に謝れないあんただからね。特別にお姉が心に届く謝罪の仕方ってのを教えてあげるよ。一度しか教えないし、一言一句でも間違えたらアウト。いいね。はい。ありがとうございます。
Shion's miserable voice cried out, having become utterly hoarse. Hoarse? Yeah. The sensation tearing through my chest returned a little at a time. I realized it was feelings of anger bubbling up. I was slowly regaining control of my body. However, I was only able to feel my skin and my blood flowing at that moment. I still couldn't voluntarily move my fingers.
ちゃんと覚えられたかな？ではやってごらん。誠心誠意、鉄頭鉄尾、心を込めてね。ちゃんとできたなら、あんただけを殺してあげるから。はい。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Something was strange. Something had become strange at this point. Until just a few moments ago, I was sure this had been Mion, but at some point, she had become someone else. The Mion I knew well would never do something so nasty like trampling all over someone's dignity like this.
やってごらん。お姉ちゃんはちゃんと聞いててあげるから。Sonozaki Shion は。
When I ran over to Shion's cell earlier, had the real thing been swapped out with the fake right behind me? In a way, this couldn't possibly be Mion.
Sonozaki Shion はミオン姉様の足元にも及ばない醜く情け知らずな愚か者でございます。身の程をわきまえずお姉様に働いた数々のプレーを思えばほらほらその調子。少しは許してあげようかなって気になってきたよ。
Blood circulated through my whole body. My numbed senses were returning. Just a little more. While Shion is still holding Mion's. No, that thing pretending to be Mion's attention. Hurry!
生意気だったこれまでを反省し一生ミオン姉様に忠誠を誓います。ですから
Mion's burst of laughter echoed throughout the big cave, growing to a terrifying level. That was not the laugh of someone who was alive in this world. It was none other than the laugh of a demon from the bowels of the earth. She laughed from her stomach until she grew tired of it, and stopped smiling suddenly as if snipping a wire.
いいよ、もう十分面白かったわ。あんたがそこまでプライドを捨てられるとは思わなかったから。ふん、十分に愉快。
Mion began to drag me again, after I finally got the feeling in my body back, and pulled me towards the torture chamber.
姉様、殺すな。私だけ、その人、許してあげ。安心しなって。ちゃんとあんたは殺してあげるよ。ケイちゃんの悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせた後にね。
After dragging me to the torture chamber, she skillfully strapped me into the restraining table. Before I knew it, I was sprawled out and bound. She forced upon my hands, with which I couldn't even make a satisfying fist. And tightly restrained each one of my fingers. She fastened one of my hands, and my fingers at that, tightly with hinges and locked them in place. Oh great, we can hear each other scream. This is gonna be fun. The door to the big cave with the jails had been left open, so I could hear Shion's cries of mortification the entire time. The feeling in my body returned, and the first action I took was to tell off that thing that looked like Mion.
ようやくお目覚め。私、さっき嘘をついたね。シオンを一番むごたらしく殺してやろうと思って閉じ込めておいたけど、まだ思いつかないって言ったやつ。あれが嘘。
Mion brought over something like a toolbox. From inside it, she removed a large metal hammer, and next to that, she began to line up what looked like long, strangely shaped nails, whose ends had been turned into hooks, like the kind you'd see on a harpoon. Yeah.
あの子に自分のせいで死ぬ大勢の人の悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせて、体の芯まで染み通らせてから殺すの。なかなかセンスいいでしょ。
お前は誰だ？
は？ミオンでしょ？園崎ミオン。恐怖で頭が変になっちゃった？
違うな。お前が園崎ミオンであるはずがない。
Mion snorted, and continued her preparations for the horrifying torture.
へえ。じゃあ、私がミオンじゃなかったら、
鬼だ。
Ah, fucking Christ. Why did they have to take a pause? I don't get it.
え？
お前はミオンじゃない。さっきまで一緒だったミオンを返せ。
ケイちゃん、本当に頭は大丈夫？恐怖で頭がどうかなっちゃった？
触るな！この鬼め！返せ！ミオンを返せよ！俺の最高の友人だった！ミオンを返せ！
Mion stood there for a few moments with her jaw hanging open, not having expected me to say that. I myself knew that I was about to go insane. I knew it was nonsense to demand Mion's return when she was right in front of me. But, this person in front of me couldn't possibly have been Mion. There was no way I could accept that. So this is what I thought. Mion really had been possessed by a demon and was controlling Mion as if it were a separate personality. Mion was just a victim being manipulated by it. The evil one was really this thing. I keep hearing noises. This is fantastic. It all had to be the doing of this demon possessing her. When Mion heard that, she started to guffaw. Laughing so hysterically that she started to cough and almost choked. Damn,
あ
bro.
んたって本当におめでたい人だね。
I'm a piece of work.
園崎ミオンに殺されようとしているこの瞬間に目の前の私を否定するわけ？
Reject.
こんな面白い人が世の中にいるなんて初めて知ったわ。
笑いたければ好きなだけ笑え。だが、お前が何を言おうと、 俺はお前がミオンを返せ。
Why is with me? I did it again. What the hell? I don't know. I don't know.
退け鬼め。
Okay.
ケイちゃん、私を笑い涙で溺れ殺すつもり？
No matter what, I wouldn't lose to that laughter of hers. I shouted loudly. I shouted from the bottom of my heart, so that the real Mion, trapped inside the Mion I saw in front of me, would be able to hear.
頑張れミオン。こんな鬼畜生に負けるな。本当に強い。お前の力を見せてくれ。
The tears welled up and flooded down her face. Her hands were busy with the restraints, so she couldn't even wipe them. She just let them flow.
頼むよミオン。ミオン。どこでお前はこんな鬼に負けちまったんだ。お前はこんな弱いやつじゃないだろ。負けるな。戦え。戦え。
Mion, desperately enduring her laughter, pressed one of the long nails to the tip of my left pinky. In her left hand was a hammer. At her side were dozens more nails. I could tell what she was about to do, though I wish I couldn't. Even so, I couldn't afford to be scared. That is why I shouted. Boy, this ain't no shonen manga, whatever fucking shit that is, you know, with demons appear and crap. This is real life.
お腹の筋肉がよじれて痛いよ。もういい？そろそろ始めるよ。
Yeah, go ahead, get started.
いい声を出してね。
Oh, I'm sure I will.
これはケイちゃんへの拷問である以上にシオンへの拷問なんだからさ。
Clearly.
どうしてこんなことに。ミオン。
Then I wept. Only sobs came out. They weren't in acceptance of the torture about to be performed, however. They were tears of regret that Mion had lost to the demon. Yet a small change did occur in the Mion in front of me. Her heightened excitement was draining little by little. By the time I'd realized it, the one in front of me had returned to being Mion. Oh, don't give me that shit.
ケイちゃん、メイドの土産なんて気の利いたものじゃないけれど、どうしても知りたがっているようだから、一つだけ教えてあげるよ。
Okay. I didn't know if this was Mion or just a display of momentary humanity the demon had recovered.
私の中に鬼が宿ったのはずいぶん前。その鬼は私を蝕み、強行に駆り立てようとした。だけれど私はそれを理性で押さえつけた。鬼はそれで収まり、私はその鬼はどこかへ行ってしまったんだと思い込んでいた。でも本当は違った。私の中から出て行ったんじゃなく、私の中で眠っていただけだったの。
I noticed that there were tears forming in her eyes.
その鬼はある小さなことをきっかけにまた目覚めてしまった。それは何に原因があったと思う？
All the way to the beginning we go, wee! To the bear that we did not. Well, it wasn't a bear, it was a doll. We didn't give it to Mion, we gave it to Rena because, well, Keiichi, being a dumbass, didn't consider Mion to be a girl at all, you know. There was a sad and yet reproachful light in Mion's eyes.
わかる？
I don't know what gave the demon the chance to beat Mion. You're a pathetic fool, Keiichi Maebara.
鬼の私が教えるのも変だけれど、あんたが全てを狂わせてしまった元凶。
It's your fault. The tears welling up, and her eyes spilled downward all of a sudden.
あの時、あんたがもらった人形を躊躇なく私に渡していたなら、全ては狂い出さなかったかもしれない。
You gone fucked up there, boy. The doll I got. That doll I got when we had our club meeting at the toy store that Sunday.
ケイちゃんには理解できないだろうね。理解できなくて当然。だけどね、そこからドミノ倒しみたいにパタパタパタといろんなものが倒れ始めて、初めの小さな一つを倒したあなたに自覚がないのは当然だろうけど、あなたが元凶なの。
そんな、俺が。
Let's give a big old round of applause. Yay! Keiichi a dumbass. Okay.
あんたがミオンを泣かさなかったら私は起きなくて済んだのにね。これで十分？メイドの土産は。
Yeah, sure, go ahead, start the killing. A mistake that I'd made on that day was what messed everything up.
そんな、嘘だろ。
自覚がないのは当然。でも紛れもなく元凶なのはケイちゃん。あの時あんたがさりげなく人形を私にあげていたら、多分こんなことにはならなかったと思う。
I wanted to say like I just remembered something as I recalled that day. Rena had told me about that, and I thought I had apologized. I didn't apologize to Mion, though. It had been Shion. In other words, oh God, I hadn't said a single word of apology to Mion. Today I came to this house, saying I had something to apologize for, but I never said a word of apology about this. Come to think of it, when I apologized for going into the ritual storehouse, Mion looked a little bit lonely, like she was disappointed. Why didn't I realize that until just now? Rena told me at that time, and now she herself. No, the demon was telling me. Is the only way for a dense idiot like me to be cured is to die altogether? I could no longer hold back the hot tears from pouring out of me. I simply just cried and reflected indifferently on the taste of my tears, on the taste of regret.
じゃあそろそろいい？この拷問はね、とってもシンプル。
Oh yeah, you're just hamming nails into my fingertips. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
左手の小指の先端の節に釘を打つ。
Into the joint. Ah! Fuck!
順に親指まで打ったら、また小指に戻って、今度は真ん中の節に釘を打つ。
Oh my god, yay!
この調子で15本の釘で左手を打ちつける。
Ah, fantastic.
それが終わったら次は右手。それが終わったら次は、まだ意識があったら教えるね。
Oh, you'll tell me what?
指先ってたくさんの神経が集まってるから、ケイちゃんが想像するよりもはるかに痛いよ。
Oh, yes, there are. There are lots of nerves in your fingertips. It's because they have, well, basically so that you can, have more sensitivity of feel. Yeah.
両手30本を打ち終える前に失神しちゃう人もいるそうだから。
Mion pressed the tip of the nail to my left pinky finger. My wrists, my arms, and all the joints on my fingers were strapped in so tightly it hurt, and I couldn't even twitch.
他の人を拷問するときには何のためらいもなかったけど。
Now they're getting lower. Of course they are. Let's hear those screams, fellows. Let's hear them good.
なぜかあんたにはためらいがあるよ。
それでミオンの鬼が収まるなら。
If it will sate the demon, then do to me what you will.
あんた、本気で言ってるの？
Yes, bring it on.
俺が傷つけたミオンの痛みに比べれば、こんなの大したことないんだろ。気の済むようにするといい。その代わり、2つ約束しろ。
Mion was silent. She did, however, wait for me to speak.
俺を気が済むまで痛めつけたら、シオンは許してやれ。西宮殿に忍び込んだ罪には、それで十分見合う仕打ちをしたはずだ。
あんた、この後に及んで自分よりシオンの心配ができるわけ？
もう一つは、気が済んだらもうお前は消えろ。その体をミオンに返してやってくれ。それだけだ。
あんたって人には命乞いをするとかそういう考えは思い浮かばないの？
約束2つじゃなくて3つにしていいか。3つ目は俺を殺すなにしてくれ。
最初に2つって言ったでしょ。だからもうダメ。
そいつは残念。
In such a abnormal situation, Mion and I laughed quietly together, as if sharing a stupid joke.
多分私は約束を守らないよ。鬼だから。
その時は仕方がないさ。
I recalled tightening my hands into fists when enduring the pain at the dentist's office. Right now, though, they were opened all the way to my fingertips, so I couldn't even grip them. No, sir. So instead, I tightened my toes. Okay. Do it. I've prepared myself already. So do it. You are waiting like this to hammer the nails, and it's scarier. It's going to diminish my readiness after all. Mion put down the hammer and gently stroked my cheek. What the fuck? This got sexy.
ケイちゃん、
Oh, god damn it.
今の3つ目の願いだけは聞いてもいいよ。
My third wish. To save me. She'll agree to it?
1つ目の願い、シオンを救うこと。これはもう無理。シオンは鬼が殺してしまう。それはもう決められたことだから止められない。だから諦めて。
Her delicate fingers slid from my cheek to my chin.
そして2つ目の願い、この体をミオンに返すこと。これももう無理。今日を境にミオンが戻ってくることはもうない。今日以降、もし私の姿があったとしても、それは姿だけ。私の姿をした鬼だから。
そんなことはない。ミオンはミオンだ。もう戻ってこないなんて悲しいことを言うな。
聞こえる？あの音。
Mion gently closed her eyes and listened. I definitely heard it as well. Slam. Slam. It was a dull noise that repeated at fixed intervals. A low noise accompanied by vibrations. A lot of people were ramming the iron doors to this underground ritual storehouse. The police are ramming into here right now. Go, go, go.
帰りが遅いからレナが大石を呼んだんでしょ。
Obviously.
あのぼやーっとした感じの子がこんなに頭が回るのだけは計算外だったな。
それについては同感だよ。
Mion grinned like she'd been outwitted, then took something that looked like an electric razor out of her pocket. When she pressed the switch, pale blue sparks flew out with a snapping noise.
見たことないでしょ。本物のスタンガンだよ。違法品なんでかなり出力が上げられるようになってるけどね。
さっき俺に食らわせたのはそれか。子供のおもちゃには向かねえぞ。
そうだね。
She seemed to want to use the stun gun on me. Unable to move, I felt her press the cool lump of metal to my neck. Slam. I heard a roar, as though they had broken down the first large door. The halls were a bit complex, but aside from the door to this very torture chamber, there was nothing in their way.
殺さないけどしばらくケイちゃんにはお休みしててもらうね。すぐに大石が来てくれるからちょっとの我慢。
Feeling the same shock as before, gritting my teeth wasn't going to help much, but I clenched them tightly anyway. However, just as she did when she was about to hammer the nails in, she hesitated a little. I cracked open my tightly closed eyelids.
ごめんね。ミオンを怪我して。
ここに入る前に約束した。何があっても俺の中のミオンは変わらない。
でも忘れて。今日以降、もしも私を見かけても、それは私の屍に取り付いた鬼なんだから。
What are you talking about? Just as I tried to say that, a much stronger light than before shined, and like a television being switched off, my consciousness went black. Oof. So we were saved. Just by a little thin hair. June 1983. Ah, so the early 80s, okay. A string of disappearances occurred in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone City, XX Prefecture. The suspect is Mion Sonozaki. I'm trying to be all serious and I fuck up. Of course I do. I'm cynical. The king of all fuck-ups. Anyway, blank years hold. She is suspected to have kidnapped 5 Hinamizawa residents between June 19th and June 21st. Oryu Sonozaki, Shion Sonozaki, Kichiro Kimiyoshi, Rika Furude, and Satoko Hojo. Imprisoned them and killed them. Preliminary investigations on the incident were delayed at the time due to insufficient evidence. But it was resolved coincidentally and shockingly. Try doing that fucking deep-ass voice as without water as possibly can. On the morning of the 23rd, a vehicle patrolling the Sonozaki property heard screams from the inside and rushed in as an emergency measure. They secured the suspect's missing younger sister, Shion Sonozaki, and her 2 missing classmates, Keiichi Maebara and Rena Ryugu. The suspect fled at the scene. Deep in the detached basement of the Sonozaki property, which is believed to have been used to kill those who disappeared, we discovered hair, flakes of skin, blood, etc. of the 4 missing persons. We concluded that the missing persons were tortured in the torture chamber. I mean, what else are you going to do in the torture chamber? Have a fucking party? However, their remains have yet not been found. She told us it's the well, right? Was there not a well? What the hell? What? At one of her imprisoned classmates' advice, we continued searching the detached basement of the Sonozaki property, which was where they were imprisoned, believing that they were there. However, we still have not located them or the suspects' escape route. In addition, investigations are continuing as to her participation in the serial freak death incidents in recent years, thinking it would give some clue. But no evidence that Mion Sonozaki was involved, either directly or indirectly, has been found. There are still many unclear points as to the motive behind the incident, and as those of the Sonozaki family and the residents of Hinamizawa have been extremely uncooperative in assisting us, we expect to require a long time to clarify them. The opinion of the local officer knowledgeable about the region is that this may have been a lynching, an internal form of punishing sacrilegious acts carried out against the beliefs of Hinamizawa village. It is clear that these incidents are particularly rooted in this region, and the prefectural police department has ordered a cautious investigation. We anticipated gaining valuable clues from the missing person believed to have been imprisoned for the longest time, Shion Sonozaki, the suspect's younger sister. But her mind was stricken by the grave aftereffects of the incident, and she has not been in a state of mind to properly answer any questions about what she knows. The psychiatrist concluded that she is in a temporary state of shock, but it doesn't seem hopeful that she will recover today either. Only a few days passed since that time. After that, I was rescued by Ōishi-san and his subordinates, whom Rena had called in. Aside from my entirely blank state of mind, I had no external injuries. The most I had was the small burn mark from where the stun gun hit me. As I was having a checkup at the hospital, Ōishi-san asked me all sorts of things, but I don't really remember what he asked, or how I answered him. From what I heard, surprisingly, Mion still hadn't been captured. There were apparently a great many hallways and smaller rooms extending out from the depths of the prison. It wouldn't be strange if she had fled to one of those and hidden herself. The one fortunate aspect amidst all this misfortune was that Shion had been safely secured by the police. When I last saw Mion, she seemed like she was going to take me with her, and then kill me. She probably didn't have enough time to, though, since Ōishi-san came running in faster than she predicted. That was the only really fortunate thing to have happened. Of course, the rescued Shion, despite having no external wounds, now had a big, deep wound in her heart. She was in a severe state of confusion when they rescued her, and apparently she bit the police officers trying to resist. From what he heard, she was seeing Mion and... Wait, what? From what he heard, she was seeing Mion and everyone she saw. Okay. Hated not only the hospital, but even her own home, and had shut herself up somewhere in Shishibone, hiding her location. Additionally, in fear that Mion would come for her, she was moving from place to place every day, and even her parents weren't sure where she actually was. Wherever she was living, even now, Shion was spending her days in fear of Mion's shadow. The police were investigating the Sonozaki's underground storehouse at this moment, since they couldn't find the remains of the other sacrifices. Hadn't Mion thrown the corpses into a well? That was probably a lie. I had a feeling I'd said that to him. That meant a hidden tunnel, vertical, like a well, was somewhere in those underground passages. The secret underground without any maps or architectural drawings, which had swallowed up the remains of Rika-chan, Satoko, and everyone else, was still unwilling to speak the truth. I was brought back to that basement again, too, for an on-the-site inspection or something. But I didn't remember being of any help. I never wanted to go back there again. For days afterward, the Sonozakis living in Okininomiya, in other words, Mion and Shion's parents, the big-name Yakuza, would come to our house to apologize, bringing many of their followers with them. That's kind of creepy, weird. However much my parents refused it, they piled up many 100,000 yen bills, calling it consolation money every day. The amount of money grew each day, and after it had passed 2 million yen, they were then given an envelope containing a letter. What? I don't know what was written in the letter. My parents talked about it by themselves for 2 whole nights, and decided to move away. The fuck? Wait, what? What? Excuse me?
そっか。引っ越しちゃうんだね。
Oh, okay. I thought they were leaving me alone. Because he didn't include him in that whole moving statement. It's like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, God. Like, did they just basically sell me to the whole village or something? Like, what the fuck? Wouldn't that be fucked up?
来月の終わり、
Oh, God.
hinamizawaには結局半年も居つかなかったことになるな。
寂しくなるね。私一人しか残らない。
That's kind of sad. Rena smiled sadly. If I had just said yeah, I thought it would make her even more lonely, so I changed the subject.
こう考えることがあるんだ。
That's how I broached it. Mion hadn't actually fled, but had been demoned away in the truest sense of the term. Where she went after she disappeared. That we didn't know. What was there? Where she had disappeared to? I hoped there was a hobby shop dealing in imports, the kind Mion liked. In that place, she would definitely be free from the burdensome fetters of her family, and live not as Mion Sonozaki, but as just Mion, and enjoy herself. Maybe she's already set up with Satoko and Rika-chan. They must also have been waiting for the day Rena and I would join them, spending all their time doing club activities, as lively as they always were. When I told Rena that, she smiled and nodded to me. The incidents the Sonozaki family had been trying so hard to hide, too, were exposed to the magazines from the single tiny seam. The serial incidents of recent years were all pulled up like a long vine in the ground, one by one, and for many days, news of it was brought up on talk and variety shows. The shows, which were comedic and silly, never once tried to touch upon the grim, heavy history that Mion had been bearing. It made me mad to see them bringing this stuff up in jest. But there was nothing I could do about it now. How big an impression would these short few weeks I spent in Hinamizawa have on my life? During these few weeks, I met my best friends and had the best experiences of my life. I would probably never forget it for as long as I lived. As for the distorted image of Mion that the media created, after the masses got tired of treating her like a plaything, they would ball her up, throw her in the trash, and then she would fade from their memories. As one of the few people who knew the real Mion, I must always make sure I remember her. Beyond any doubt, that will surely become my offering to her. The sky reached so far up, and towering columbinous clouds, butchered that hard word so hard, floated through it. Some people just go up and just call them Columbus clouds, which is okay, I guess. The real summer was just before our eyes. Even now, whenever 10 p.m. came around, I would expect a phone call from Shion, or Mion, rather. Now that everything was over, of course she would never call me. But it was precisely because she wouldn't call me that I was scared of who would call me this time. Plus, Mion still hadn't been caught. I couldn't say for sure that everything was completely over. On the other side of that fear, though, were my prayers that Mion was safe. When I thought like that, I was able to sleep, even with such terrifying thoughts. The lights were off. Before, her attacking when the lights were off was something that scared me. However, that feeling changed to regret within 2 days. The moonlight filtering through the gap in the curtains shone onto the desk and illuminated a doll. That's right. The doll that I should have given to Mion that day. She said it was an import from England or something, and was all the rage, didn't she? From what Shion said, the most popular among them were the ones wearing the fluffy dress. After being released from the incident, the first place I went to was that toy store. Everything was apparently sold out besides the things on the storefront displays. I was refused once when they said they wouldn't sell the display products, but when they realized I was Survivor A from that incident, they immediately consented. My mouth is so dry this morning, I have no idea why. Holy crap. It's the most my mouth has been dry reading this whole fucking arc. It's so weird. Of course, even if I brought it, I might never have the chance to give it to her again. Even knowing that, I waited for the opportunity to give it to her. I waited like this for the opportunity, with it on the desk, so I could give it to her at any time. Hello? Plonk. There was a weird noise. It was a noise I wasn't used to hearing. It was too big to be raindrops, and it was completely different from the sound lost bugs make when they ram into fluorescent lights. I figured I must have misheard, and nestled back into my futon. Plonk. The noise happened again. I wasn't hearing things. I definitely heard it. Where was it coming from? I got up and turned on the light. If there was a second, there would be a third. From where, though? I listened carefully. Plonk. The window. Some sort of pebbles were colliding with my window. When I realized that they weren't being blown there by the wind, but rather being thrown by a person, I gave a start. I looked at the clock. It was 2 a.m. Who would it be at a time like this? I quietly peek out front, through the gap in the curtains. In the light of the gate. In the light of the gate, despite it being so late, I saw someone. They picked up a piece of gravel and threw it at this window. It hit the window and made a plunking noise. Who was it? I caught my breath in surprise. If my eyes weren't deceiving me, that person was Mion. I threw open the window and looked at the figure again. My eyes certainly weren't deceiving me. It was Mion. It was Mion. She was alive. Mion pressed her index finger to her lips and made a shh motion so I wouldn't shout. If she hadn't, well, I was nearly about to cry out. Mion was in a very delicate My mouth is so dry, people. I'm so sorry. Mion was in a very delicate position right now. Even if it was the middle of the night, I shouldn't call out her name. I waved to her, gesturing that I'd be right over, flung on my coat atop my pajamas, and flew out the door. I quickly hit the brakes just before going down the stairs. All thought happiness was sprouting within me. I had a sad feeling that this would be our final parting. So I went back to my room again and grabbed the doll. Oh, for God's sakes. If there was a God, I don't think I would have ever thanked him as much as today. Even if it would be the last time we ever saw each other, I was so grateful for this one chance to give it to her. I slipped into my sandals, unlocked the door, unhooked the chain, and leaped out of the house. Whee!
Mion!
You're a fucking idiot, Keiichi. I'm just gonna tell you this, okay? You're a fucking idiot. No matter what you go through, you'll always be a fucking idiot, okay? What did she warn you about if you survived this and she somehow managed to escape, okay? She said, if you ever manage to see me again, do not come near me. And what are you doing? Look at this. You're going right up to her. Oh my God, you're a ding-dong. Ding-dong, ding-dong.
お久しぶり。どう？元気にしてた？
It was like how we used to meet every morning. Mion waved to me and responded like she always did. It was doubtlessly Mion. It was the real Mion.
お前、こんなところをうろついてて大丈夫なのか?
How are you out of
本
breath?
当はいけないよ。
All you did was run downstairs. Take a fucking pill, man. Damn. She certainly wasn't acting like she knew the police were following her. It was almost like she was a patient who had gotten tired of staying in the hospital and had snuck out. Her speech was relaxed enough to make me think that, and I couldn't help but be surprised. That relaxation, I thought, was more like Mion, and I was happy for it.
それよりどうしたんだよこんな時間に。
最後にお話ししたかったから。
That was when I noticed them. On Mion's forehead were big droplets of sweat. Her expression, too, which I had thought to be a satisfied smile, was, upon closer inspection, trembling slightly, and I realized that she was forcing it.
私ね。もうここにはいられない。
A pained note was beginning to enter her words as well, as if just smiling was a feat for her.
大丈夫か? どこか具合でも。
今日まで頑張ってきたけど
Oh no.
自分でもわかるの。もうダメ。もう限界。私のお迎えはもうすぐ後ろまで来てる。
Mion's smile crumbled and started to stiffen. Did she push herself to... Wait, what? Did she push herself this much to come all this way for me? Okay. Alright. Her laughter cut off and changed into rough breathing. I reached out to rub her back, but she knocked me away.
大丈夫かよ。もう無理するな。嘘だ。俺ミオンに。
To give you, Mion, this doll. I had wanted to do this one last thing, because I knew how little time you had left. But this last thing, it... My stomach is burning. Mion took a meat cleaver-like knife and stabbed me, and pushed it in tight, and took it and twisted it. Me on. Hey, what? It hurts.
間に合った。
I cowered on the ground. My stomach was so hot, it was almost spewing fire. Mion watched it, then took a few steps back and cackled.
できた。全部できた。私が殺したいやつはこれで全員。
The last words Mion left me with that day came back to me.
今日を境にミオンが戻ってくることはもうない。
From today on, even if my body is here, a body is all it will be. By then, the demon will have taken it over. The demon. The demon. The demon. This can't. I thought we had finally been able to meet. This can't. Mion. In a pool of blood of my own design is the doll I bought for Mion, dyed in red. So red. Mion. The good fortune of having not been allowed... Wait, what? The good fortune of having been allowed to meet Mion once more, and the misfortune of that meeting being torn apart before my eyes. Should I be grateful or curse it? My emotions were neither of those, as my consciousness sunk deep into a black swamp. The doll I bought for Mion, the blood, had ruined it. No matter how I scrubbed and scrubbed, it had needlessly been ruined. Ruined. The sad moon was so white it looked frozen. June 23rd, 1983. A violent incident occurred in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone City, blank prefecture. The victim was Keiichi Maebara, also a victim of the previous string of disappearances. At around 2 a.m., he was stabbed in the stomach with a bladed object by the suspect of the last case, Mion Sonozaki, and was gravely wounded. He was discovered when his parents woke up, and was then transported to the clinic. He escaped death. The criminal fled the scene. On the same day, fucking my finger. On the same day, at approximately the same time, a fall accident occurred in the Kamishiki apartment complex in Shishibone City. The victim was Shion Sonozaki, also a victim of the previous string of disappearances. Late on the same night, neighbors overheard her having a big fight with someone and informed the manager. The manager used a master key to enter the room and discovered that the victim had fallen from her 8th floor balcony to her death. I don't believe that at all. I believe that was Mion. I mean, the one who threw Shion over. The room had been torn apart and appeared to show traces of a fight. Duh. One neighbor was frequently visited. Has frequently visited the Sonozaki house for a long time and testified that he heard what sounded like the two sisters having a fight, trading insults back and forth. We believed that this was related to the injury case that occurred the same day in Hinamizawa village, perpetrated by said incident's suspect, and did a thorough search of the room, but we could not find any traces that would imply, that anyone but the victim was present. The victim fell straight down into the foliage of the parking strip. Her neck broke and she died immediately. That's one fucking way to go. Her clothing was disheveled and had markings that would imply a scuffle. Scuffle? The same thing. We also believe, however, that it could have been an insanity-induced suicide attempt, based on the particular mental state of the victim after the incident. We are conducting a thorough examination of both fronts, suicide and homicide. But that's not all. We got more. 'Cause we escaped death. Bop, 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 bop. Hello? There we go.
5分だけですからね。
Only for 5 minutes.
刺激しないようにしてください。
Wait, what?
心得ていますよ。
Alright. The door opened, and as I expected, Ōishi-san came in.
どうもどうも前原さん。
Hello.
ご無沙汰しておりますね。
Yeah.
その後、お加減はいかがですか？
Shitty. What the fuck do you think?
医者が言うには術後の回復は順調だそうですが、あんたの顔を見たらまた傷が悪くなりそうです。
Ouch. Burn, bitch.
こりゃ手厳しい。
You're welcome. As Ōishi-san gave a laugh that smelled of sweat, he handed Mom a bag of assorted candies he must have purchased from the souvenir corner on the first floor of the hospital. Gee, thanks.
すみません、お母さん。ほんのしばらく圭一君とお話しする時間をいただいてもよろしいですか？
Mom clearly wasn't pleased at the thought of a police officer talking to her son without her there. However, I insisted.
母さん、悪いけど、ほんのちょっとだけ、5分でいいから。
Though grudgingly, Mom left the room. When she closed the door, Ōishi-san grinned widely and looked around the room.
個室なんていい身分ですね。
Yeah, having insurance is great. Or rich parents. I don't know which one was, the factor, but okay.
うちのばあさまなんかいっつも相部屋ですよ。 そりゃもう賑やかなことで、ああいうところじゃ病気の重さが一つのステータスになるらしいんですよ。
Okay.
より重病な患者ほど偉いというか、威張っているというか。
大石さん、5分ですよ。できればこれが本当に最後の5分にしてほしいものです。俺はもうひなみ沢とは関係ないし、ここももうひなみ沢じゃない。
沖宮には総合病院はありませんからね。椅子よろしいですかな。ゆっくらしゅっと。
This was a large university hospital in Shishibone City. Ah, the one from where the mayor frequently visited. Okay, well, fantastic. It was a splendidly urban, entirely different from the likes of Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. It was hard to believe Hinamizawa was part of the same city.
転院はいつ頃になりそうですか？
さあ、俺的にはいつでも OK なんですけどね。
We're getting transferred. The fuck? Our moving plans were delayed a little because of my serious injury. My parents had already left the house in Hinamizawa, though, and were living in our new one. Ah, okay. They planned to have me transfer hospitals to be closer to the new house, once I'd recovered enough to be taken there.
転院先にまで来ないでくださいよ。本当に具合が悪くなりますからね。
いや、すっかり嫌われちゃいました。仕事柄とはいえ心苦しいですよ。なので今日はこれまでの罪滅ぼしに素敵なお土産をいろいろお持ちしましたので。
別にクッキーの詰め合わせなんか持ってこなくても。
それがね、実は中身はクッキーじゃないんですよ。
Huh?
ほら。
Oishi-san pulls open the can of cookies and... No! I'm stretching my scar, fuck!
前原さんの好みがわからなかったので、いろいろと持ってきましたよ。
What's in there?
ほら、よりどりみどり、野原は黄緑ってなもんです。さあさ、好きなだけ持っていっちゃってください。
Oh my god. No.
こんなもんなんか持ってこないでください。持って帰って持って帰って。いってててててて。
健全な若者がこんなところにずーっと閉じ込められてたら、さぞやご入り用だと思ったんですけどね。こんなところにいると看護師フェチにしかなりませんよ。世の中には看護師さん以外にも素晴らしいものがいっぱいあるんですからね。今から専門を決めないで幅広くオールラウンドに行かなくっちゃ。
I gave Oishi-san's vulgar laughter a pained grin. Somehow or other I understood. The fact that Oishi-san was bringing it up like this meant that he must have had something important to talk about.
シオンさんの件は本当にお気の毒でした。
The night I was stabbed by Mion, Shion fell from her balcony and died. They said the police were investigating all possibilities: accident, suicide, and homicide. But it could only have been Mion's doing. Mion found out where Shion was hiding and pushed her down to her death. Nothing else was conceivable.
事故のわけない。ミオンです。絶対に。
鑑識の連中は自殺だとしか思えないなんて言ってるんですが、私も前原さんと同じ意見です。シオンさんを突き落とし、さらにあなたを刺した。一晩のうちにね。
ミオンはまだ見つからないんですか？
そうそう。それを今日はお伝えしたくて来たんですよ。はい。実は見つかったんです。
Oh. Learning that felt rather strange to me. I was partly relieved that the incident was truly over, and I was partly sorry that my best friend had finally been caught. I felt many other things, too. My heart was a maze of emotions.
それだけじゃない。
Huh?
園崎家の例の地下、隠し井戸も見つかったんですよ。
Ah, there we go.
前原さんがおっしゃられてた通り、失踪者全員の遺体をその底で発見しました。
そうですか。
That sliver of hope, that possibility I'd believed in, that Rika-chan and Satoko were alive, just from the fact their remains had been found gone.
あの地下に実に巧妙に隠されてましてね。いやいや、まさに死角中の死角でした。井戸状に掘られた垂直トンネルでして、はしごが設けてあって、下へずーっと行ったところに、今度は横へ抜けるトンネルが作られていました。そこを数百メートルも張って進むと、なんと山中の古井戸に抜けられましたね。
過去の園崎家の当主が作らせた秘密の逃げ道だったんでしょうね。
でしょうな。明治以降に作ったものでしょうが、いやいや、よくもあんなものを作ったもんです。
みんなの遺体はその底に？
はい。逃げ道の通路よりもさらに下にコールタール状の泥水が溜まってまして、そこに無造作に投げ込まれていました。相当の高さから落としたわけですから、遺体はどっぷりと埋まってしまってましてね。遺体の引き上げにはだいぶ苦労させられました。
全員見つかりましたか？
I hoped that they at least wouldn't find Rika-chan or Satoko. That's what I wished for when I asked, but my shallow hope was crushed in the blink of an eye.
はい。全員。それどころか死後10年以上経過したと思われる人骨も見つかりました。最低でも3人分はあると思われます。hinamizawaの歴史の暗部というわけでしょうな。泥を全部吸い出したら一体何人分の骨が出てくるやら。怖い話です。
That weight had been pushing down on Mion's shoulders this whole time. Mion.
今、鹿骨市内の過去数十年の失踪者を洗い直しているところです。諦められてた失踪事件もこれを機に全部解決するんじゃないかなんて言われてますよ。
After a deep silence, he breathed a heavy sigh. Ōishi-san went for his cigarettes to pass the time, but realized this was a non-smoking area, so he gave up and put them back in his shirt pocket.
そうそう。これは寄り道なんですが、古出里香さんご存知ですよね。
Yes.
もちろん仲間ですから。
彼女、例えば糖尿病でインスリンの注射を常用していたとか、そんな話はありました？
No. Rika-chan has diabetes? I didn't know what he was talking about.
実は彼女のスカートのポッケからですね、注射器が見つかりまして。
What?
破損していたので薬物は特定できなかったのですが。
Oh shit. Oh, she was going to try and kill Mion. She knew. Rika-chan knew. She told us that she would help us and take care of it. So she knew who was doing it and tried to help us. Holy shit.
少々不似合いだったので興味を持ちまして。本当にご存知ありません？
I didn't know anything about Rika-chan carrying syringes around with her.
園崎家は本業の方、薬剤屋さんのことです。で、覚醒剤を扱ってるとの噂がありましてね。その可能性もあるかなんて思ってたのですが。
リカちゃんが覚醒剤の常用者だっていうのか？
No!
いえ、そうは申してませんよ。ただ、お醤油をもらいに行くついでに注射器を持っていくってのは、どう考えても変ですからね。
I have no idea what any of this means. Well, you are an idiot. My eyes are spinning. I feel sick.
大丈夫ですか？看護師さんを呼びましょうか？
大丈夫ですから、話の続きを。
まあ、注射器の話はそれだけです。それだけが個人的に気になったもので。
Rika-chan.
リカさん、村のマスコットみたいなところがありましたからね。今、村は騒然としてるみたいですよ。盲信してた年寄り方と、殺してしまった園崎家とで。実効支配していた御三家もほぼ全滅状態。こんなタイミングでまたダムの話が出てきたりしたら、今度こそ間違いなく敗損でしょうな。
もう俺、Hinamizawaとは関係ありませんから。
I actually was. I just said it because the thought about Hinamizawa being abandoned was unpleasant, and I wanted to end the conversation quickly. There was a knock on the door. It opened slightly, and my mom asked if we were still talking.
ありゃ、無駄話が過ぎましたか。参ったな。
I looked at the clock. 5 minutes were long past. He told my mother that there was something he really wanted to ask, and if she could wait a little bit longer.
そう？手短にね。
There wasn't any getting around the fact that she was thinking about what a police officer could be talking to her son about.
日を改めた方が良さそうですね。
大石さん、ミオンは今どうしてるんです？
I wanted to just hear that answer and then get rid of him.
それを話す前に、前原、本当に正直に答えてもらいたいことがあります。
Why do I keep doing that? I have no idea why I keep doing that. I'm so sorry, everyone. I just need you to answer something in all honesty, okay? What is it?
本当に真面目に答えてくださいよ。
Oh shit. Big boy pants. Alright.
これ、いい加減なこと言っちゃうと、場合によっては、捜査撹乱と見られて、告発される場合もありますからね。
Oh, fuck. Okay, okay. Ōishi-san kept threatening me until the very end. What the hell did he want?
前原さん、シオンさんを突き落とした犯人は誰だと思います？
ミオンしか考えられないじゃないですか。
では、あなたを刺したの誰です？
何度も言わせないでください。ミオンですよ。園崎ミオン。
Ōishi-san smiled bitterly, then dabbed at his forehead with a handkerchief to wipe his sweat. He should have expected that answer, and yet it looked as though he wasn't satisfied with it.
シオンを突き落として、俺を刺して。
Yeah, but basically I think he's trying to say how could she be at two places at once? Pushing her off the thing and then coming all the way to Hinamizawa to stab us.
ミオンの犯行だって、さっき大石さんも認めたじゃないですか。
シオン殺しの犯人がミオンだという根拠は、隣人の男の証言によるものなんです。
True.
この隣人ってのは、実は暴力団組員、つまりシオンさんのボディーガードだったんですよ。
Oh.
このうちのリーダー格が古参で、園崎姉妹が幼いうちから親身になってた男なんだそうで。
That man said this. The noise he heard from next door was just like the sound of a fight between the sisters that he was used to hearing when they still lived together. And no, there was no doubt about it. He said he heard Mion and Shion insulting each other, and heard them struggling. At first, though, he thought it was a hallucination she was having, brought on by her dementia. You see, he thought that because that sort of ruckus had been occurring every night. What? However, that night had been longer than the rest, and he claimed that he went to her room to give her a sedative. The noise died down while he got the manager to give him the key. He had already decided he'd at least check up on her, and after she wasn't answering his calls, they took the plunge and unlocked the door. Then they saw that the room was a mess. Since Shion had been pushed over the balcony, they decided it had to have been Mion. And that's how it happened.
つまり壁越しに聞いたというだけなんです。しかもこのマンション、組の関係で住人がほとんどいないんです。ですからこの騒ぎを聞いてたのも彼らだけ。重ねて言えば園崎ミオンを目撃した者は誰一人いないんです。
見なくったって、そんなのミオンの犯行だってわかるじゃないですか。
まあまあ、だからつまりですね、あなただけがあの晩確かに園崎ミオンを目撃した唯一の人間ってことになるんです。もう一人の目撃者のシオンさんは生きておられませんからね。
大石さんが何を言いたいのかよくわからないんですけど。
I think I get where he's going at. He's trying to find out if Shion is really Shion and Mion being Mion, or Mion being Shion and Shion being Mion. It's a four-way scenario. At that point, Ōishi-san paused. The fact that this was a no-smoking area completely slipped his mind, and he took out his pocket of cigarettes again. He lit one with his lighter, and exhaled a long stream of tobacco smoke.
あなた、本当に園崎ミオンに刺されたんですか？
はい、間違いなく。
The smoke Ōishi-san breathed out floated away, like a thundercloud swept away by the wind.
大石さん、ここ禁煙です。看護師さんに怒られますよ。
実は園崎ミオンも井戸の底から見つかったんですよ。
What? What? I do not remember this at all. What? Oh my god, goosebumps all over me right now. What? I don't remember this at all. Excuse me? What? But we saw two of them. What? I'm so confused.
転落死です。あの井戸の隠し通路から逃げ出そうとしてはしごを降りる途中に足を踏み外し、そこまで転落し、首の骨を折って死亡したとみられます。
So you're fucking saying that Shion fell to her death with a supposed broken neck? Or no, actually that could have happened after, right? She could have came over to our place, stabbed us went back, then had that little internal fight, and then fell to her death? This is so weird. I don't fucking know. Oh my god.
はい。シオンさんと同じにね、首の骨を折って。あの日、前原さんを気絶させた後、園崎ミオンは隠し井戸から外へ逃れようとして、足を踏み外して死んだのです。まるで、そこに突き落とした他の犠牲者の死体に呼び寄せられるようにね。
それじゃあ、おかしいじゃないですか。
検視の結果、間違いなくあの日に死亡したものと確認されました。あなたとシオンさんを襲ってからあそこに戻ったんじゃない。あの日にすでに死んでいたんです。
My jaw was on the floor. There was absolutely no way that could be. Mion was the one that stabbed me. It had to have been her. There wouldn't have been anyone else to do it.
じゃあ、誰が俺とシオンを襲ったんですか？誰が？
あなたを襲った園崎ミオンなのに園崎ミオンじゃない何者かですよ。
I obviously clicked early again because of their weird long pauses. I don't like that at all. My mind had become a complete mess, and I was starting to lose my ability to think straight.
高野美代さんの死覚えてますか？
Yeah, she was burned to a crisp, right?
え？高野さん？あ、はい。確か遠くの山の中で焼け死んだって聞いたような。
あれは考察された後に焼かれたことが分かってます。検視したのは県警さんなんですけどね。これがちょっとおかしいんですよ。初期の検視結果では死後24時間経過って出ちゃったんです。辻褄が合わないってことで大慌てで当日死亡って改ざんしたらしいんですが。
Despite me being an absolute wreck over what was going on with Mion, he was telling me there was even more on top of that. I didn't understand the complex things Ōishi-san was telling me.
この死後24時間って検視結果、うちの鑑識のじじいが言うにはですね、かなり信頼できるものらしいんです。つまりどういうことか。これは何度も聞いた質問になりますが、あなた綿流しの晩、高野美代さんに会ってますよね。
会ってます。
その前日、お祭りの準備の日にも会ってますよね。私もその時お会いしてますし。
ええ、会ってますよ。
死後24時間ってことは、お祭りの前日の晩にはもう死んでるってことになるんですよ。
Meaning that wasn't really... Then the one who died wasn't really Takano-san. Because there's no other way then. We were with her, physically, side by side with her, that night. She couldn't have been died 24 hours prior to her claiming of death. So, yeah. That's gotta be it. Okay, so okay. So, why? Okay, why? Just why?
そんなはず。
お祭りの準備の時には生きていた。
Uh-huh.
でも、 あなたたちと一緒に西宮殿に忍び込んだ時、高
No.
野さんは
No, she was.
お
Nope.
亡くなりになっていたのです。
Nope. Shut up. Shut up. She was there with us. It's actually not that hard to figure it out. You can falsify your own death with a couple of simple dental records. All you gotta do is really just, you know, out your teeth. Shit like that, you know? Yeah, the origin of all that happened. The beginning of everything. Our intrusion in the ritual storehouse, which I had come to regret countless times. The one who tempted me, Takano-san. When she invited us into the storehouse, she was already low and no longer of this world. Yeah, well.
今回の事件、死人が歩き回りすぎなんですよ。
So it seems there, old man. An incident caused by a dead person and ended by a dead person.
園崎ミオンの死亡時間を事件当日ではなく、あなたを刺した直後に改ざんせよとの圧力も来てるみたいです。
That would...
この事件をとっとと終わらせようとする外圧でしょうね。ですので、今の話はどうか他言無用に願いますよ。
Sure. Ōishi-san grabbed his jacket that was hanging on the chair, put out his cigarette with the bottom of his foot, and started pretending to wave away the smoke floating around.
長居しました。あなたにとっての事件をせめて終わらせてあげようと思って来たつもりだったんですがね。かえって煙に巻いちゃったようで。
Absent-mindedly, he walked towards the door, looking at me, unable to speak, out of the corner of his eye.
もしも今後話したいことができたらいつでもお電話ください。さっきのお土産の中に私の名刺が入ってますんで、その時はまた素敵なお土産を持ってお見舞いに来ますよ。
Get out of here, you pervy old man. Ōishi-san seemed to think I was still hiding something. That I, after all this, would be hiding something. I'm the one things are being hidden from. I'm the one who wants to know.
では、またいつかお会いしましょう。お大事に。
I listened to the tap, tap, tap of Ōishi-san walking down the hallway. I still couldn't return from my state of bewilderment. Oh, fuck me. He wanted to end this incident as it applied to me. What was over? Nothing was over. The incident was still continuing. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Hi. We're dead, folks. Then slip. An arm covered in flesh blood came out from underneath the bed. I wasn't that surprised. This was an illusion I was seeing, seized with fear.
ケイちゃん、だから言ったでしょ。
I heard a guttural voice coming from under the bed. I still recognized it as Mion's voice.
なんだ、ミオン。何を言ったって？
私 あの日に警告したよ。今日以降私の姿を見たとしても、それは私の屍に取り付いた鬼なんだよって。
Yep.
そうだな、言ってたよな。ごめん、ちょっと注意が足らなかったな。だから刺されちゃったんだな。
Possibly wounds sustained when she fell from the ladder. Many of her fingernails were broken and torn. Her arm slowly felt about on top of the bed, searching for mine.
あのさ、ミオン。俺今こんな冗談を考えたんだ。聞いてくれるか？
The Mion under the bed didn't answer.
例えばさ、俺が今日ここで死んじゃうんだよ。だけども明日以降もここにいて普通に生活してみせるんだよ。で、後でそれが大石のやつに分かって、またしても死亡日時が合わない、死んだはずの人間が生活していたって言って泡を食って大騒ぎするんだよ。高野さんにミオン、そして俺で3人目な。面白いだろ、笑えるだろ。
ケイちゃん、
笑えよ。それともあんまり面白くなかったか？
Mion's blood-stained hand groped around and found my wrist. Though her fingernails were torn, she gripped it hard, as if scratching me.
加減しろよ。痛いって。
By the way, the anime version of this is quite quick. By now, he would have been dead. Oh, God. It's actually, yeah, it's very fucking fast. It's like 10 seconds tops. Jesus Christ.
ケイちゃん、迎えに来たよ。
I tried to shake my wrist loose, but the strength she held it with was unbelievable, and I couldn't. She was only gripping one wrist, and yet my whole body wouldn't move. I couldn't even twitch. My fingers were spread apart, and I couldn't make a fist either. And that fact that I couldn't make a fist reminded me of the restraining table. Ah, she's gonna continue where she left off. I felt a crooked nail press against my left pinky fingertip. Mion's forehead was split open, and with a face covered with blood, she smiled and got right up just behind me.
何も終わってない。何も終わってない。この事件は何も終わってなんかない。まだ続いてる。まだまだ続いてる。誰かこの事件を終わらせてください。この残酷で無残で気の毒で悲しいこの事件を終わらせてください。それだけが俺の望みです。
あの時一つ叶えてあげたでしょ。今度はダメ。
Mion firmly held the nail down on my fingertip, and with her other hand, She slowly swung a mallet up into the air and...
時一つ叶えてあげたけどやっぱりダメ。
Whew. Keiichi is just a big ball of bad luck. The first arc was both Rena and Mion. Now it was this mysterious demon who is portraying as both possibly Shion and Mion. How's it going, everyone? Sinikle from the future here to clear things up about any confusion the ending may have caused. One being that Mion did die in the corpse well, as Ōishi-san mentioned, and due to that, the demon quote-unquote persona left from the heir, Mion, to the next, being Shion. Shion was fighting it as best as she could, thus her dressing up as Mion and meeting Keiichi at night to stab him. After stabbing Keiichi, she went back to the hospital she was staying at, and when having an internal fit, she fell and died. You may be asking, why did she reappear and kill Keiichi? Well, it for some reason doesn't get explained in the visual novel, so I'll go ahead and tell you what happened. After Ōishi-san left Keiichi in the hospital room, he for some reason or another began to hallucinate. He was hallucinating about the demon, Mion or Shion, we don't know which is he was thinking of and hallucinating about. Thus, when she goes to slam the mallet onto his finger with the nail, he in reality dies from a heart attack. What brought on this sudden extreme hallucination to allow Keiichi to have a heart attack and die? I don't think that ever gets answered. So if you all know, please comment it down below in the comment section. I'd love to know and find out myself. But thanks for listening in all the way through. Love you all. So please enjoy the rest of the video. It was very weird, that's for sure. And now, for the third arc. Things are gonna get a little bit more not weird like it's been the first two arcs. And I will explain so in the next video when we enter arc 3. So I hope you all look forward to that, and I hope you all enjoyed this arc, arc 2, called Watanagashi. Because it was one hell of a ride. Ooh, gave me chills. So, if you did enjoy, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I will be uploading more Higurashi soon. So, I hope to see you all next time, and goodbye.